Hello fellow YouTubers and fellow riders, welcome to another edition of my video. I feel that I probably should do a little review. I haven't had a whole lot of time to do any riding lately. It's been over a month. It's probably a long time for me to be not riding. It's just been too hot. Been working a lot of hours too, so I figured what I'll do is another little video and do a little walk around on my Rubicon, the Rubi-Red, and we'll get to it. Let's quit talking, let's get to reviewing. Okay, so on to the review. What I'm going to do is just kind of do a little walk around, just point things out that are great about it, what I like. There's a few things I dislike about it, but it's at a bare minimal. It doesn't affect the handling or riding of the ATV. One thing I do love is I do like the color choices that came with these models, but I love a classic Honda black and red. The classic red is probably the best color scheme that you can pick for these because it's classic, obviously. It just stands out. It's just an all-in-all great color. I love the design of these now. Even though it is a utility quad, it still has that stylish, sporty look to it. That's what I kind of like about it. It's attractive. The racks right here, this is the rear rack here. This really comes in handy, especially when I carry my tote with my extra can of gas and snacks, water, stuff like that when I trail ride, because I do like trail riding. The other thing I don't really like about it is the handling and the comfort of the ATV. It's probably, in my opinion, probably the best comfort, because one thing, the seat here is really cushioned. I mean, it's almost like a sponge pretty much. It's like sitting on a cloud. I mean, you don't feel sore after you get done riding. You can hit bumps, rocks, anything you think of, and it's really comfortable. Onto here, you got the front rack here. I hardly ever use the front rack, probably because I like a clear vision when I'm seeing the trail ahead of me when I ride. I just keep a tote, like I pointed out earlier, in the back there with with everything on there. So I don't know, I just like keeping this clear. Just my way of thinking anyway. The other thing too is that it is an automatic with the ESP, which is electronic shift program. What that is, it's a manual shifting electronically, because it does not have a foot shifter like most of them do. I went with the ESP because I always had a hard time getting my boot underneath the shifter to shift it, because sometimes my toe gets caught in there and I can't quite, it's just to me difficult to shift and stuff. In my opinion, I like this type here with the shifter buttons here, up shift, down shift. Now here's a switch over here. You have an automatic that's like a car. You put in auto, you put it in first gear, you just go and drive. It shifts for you. There's 5 gears. It's good for flat areas, flat level roads. Not really that great for hills, too steep of hills anyway. Not really good for sand or mud or snow or anything, because it's on the onboard computer here that it confuses it, like it doesn't know exactly when to shift or not shift or anything. So it's best to have it on ESP. You flip it over like that, and on this display here, this is another thing I like about these, is this little display. This will probably come out weird in the camera. These will probably be flickering, but this is your shift, your gear indicator. This box right here, this will tell you what gear you're in. This is your speedometer, how fast you're going. It even has a fuel gauge, has a hour meter, how many, or no, that's your time. That's your odometer, how many miles you've ridden. That's your trip meter, your coolant level, your hours. That's the hours, how many you put on there, and that's how many hours are left until you get to your service, next servicing. So that's pretty cool. That's one thing I like about this too. The other thing I like about this, I think all models of these have it, is a 4-wheel drive. Just push that in, puts it in 4-wheel drive, obviously. Take it out, push it out, and then this here is your what's called a Trax lock. It's a front differential locking. That locks the front axle to where all 4 tires turn at the same time. To do that, you just flip it up like that, and it'll display on here that's in Trax lock. No, you can only go up to like 3rd gear, I think. You can't go very fast if it's in this thing, but if you press and hold the start button, this is your speed override. You just press that in, and it'll override that govern to where you can go up the faster gear you want to go in, so we go faster. So like that. This is the winch switch that I put on a while back. This is an aftermarket, so that didn't come with the machine, but I did. The other thing too is this is a DCT model, which is the dual clutch transmission. Has a high and low sub transmission. Right now it's in high, that's in low. I hardly ever use low. Very once in a while I will, if I'm in sand or deep snow or mud or whatever, or a steep hill, or in 4-wheel drive, that's what I'll do. But most of the times I just keep it in drive or high gear, high range anyway. The other thing I think is pretty cool about these, most of them are air cooled. This actually has a radiator. Here's your coolant level right here. This little top latch right here, there's your coolant where you pour your coolant in, and here's the radiator cap. That's pretty cool. That's actually really nice. That way when you're riding when it's hot, it's just better on the engine, I think, than air cool. Because the air cool, you can't ride when it's too hot, because it'll, do something with the engine. I don't want to do that. But he has a grill. There's the winch that I installed a while back. It's pretty cool. The other thing, this is kind of a mixed bag here. Okay, the tires for stock, these are actually pretty damn good. They're Maxxis U25s. They're a real aggressive knob pattern. For stock, like I said, they're pretty damn good, I think. The only thing though, I don't think they're very thick. They're only like a 2-ply, because I did get a flat tire on the rear one. I must have hit a rock or something. But I'll probably end up changing these out, probably when these knobs get down when I need them, because I want to go up to one size. I want to go to 26s. Yeah, so then the next thing that the stock wheels, I guess they're okay when they're clean and shined up, but I don't really care for that basic design. When they're shined up, they're nice, but I think I'm going to end up switching those out too, get some aftermarket wheels. There's a couple of things I've been looking at online from Rocky Mountain ATV, which is a very, very good place to get aftermarket parts, OEM parts. They're a really good place, a really good site to get, I do a lot of business with them online. That's where I got the winch from. And the cleaning stuff, I got that from there. Most of my riding gear too. So that's all I can really think of that I like about the machine. It's Honda. That's my favorite. I've always been a Honda guy. Can't beat them. They're bulletproof pretty much. I know some of you will probably disagree with me on that, but you just like what you like, ride what you ride. Everyone's got their own taste. Oh, the other thing I do want to point out, which is called an independent wishbone suspension. Each axle has its own shock right there. That gives a lot of stability. That's one thing I wanted to point out earlier when I talked about handling and comfort of the machine. Like if this wheel hit a rut or something, this wheel will go up or down, and that one will stay straight. Keeps it stable, where it won't feel like you're tipping over or anything like that. That gets pretty scary. I've done that a lot on my other quad. Then the same thing over on the back. The back has the independent rear suspension. Right there and right there. Rather than having a straight solid axle like the Foreman models do, the Foreman Ranchers. It gives each wheel their own independent, suspension where you're not just all better stability. Now my other quad was a sport quad that had a straight axle too. And that just gets really, really squirrely sometimes when you're going up through bumps and stuff. It's really comfortable machine. Has a brake light too. You push on the brake, this light will come on. Oh, then now on to the things that kind of a mixed bag. I like but don't like. It is what it is. One thing that's pretty cool is this back compartment here. This is not waterproof, so it will get wet, muddy, and dusty in here. But here's the control post for the winch that I installed earlier. You got your toolbox here. This is your factory tools here, you know, just basic stuff too. But you got, you know, you got a pretty well bigger, lot of room in here. You got the owner's manuals up here with the extra spare head. Even comes with an extra fuse and a fuse remover tool. The battery's behind there. So yeah, you know, you can put something in here like tow rope or whatever. That's actually probably more room than what the front one gives you. It's just not waterproof. I kind of wish it were waterproof. That'd be kind of nice. The other thing, now this is actually pretty cool. I didn't think I would really care for this, but it is pretty cool. You got a compartment on your fender here. You put your phone in here, whatever, and this is waterproof. It has a seal around it here, the gasket here. I've pressure washed this with water, and I open it up and it's completely dry. There's not a single drop of water in here, so that's pretty cool. It's got grommets there to hold on to it and stuff. Then over here, now this is what I kind of feel is kind of pointless. I don't know why they did this, but you got one up here too. It is waterproof, but up here you don't have a whole lot of room at all for nothing. Just maybe a water bottle. I have put my hat in here to store it, but there's really not much room here. You can put a strap in there or whatever. I always wondered why they made these compartments small like that. I have no idea why. I figured probably because they figured that you can get cargo storage boxes for these. Maybe that's why they figured you can just get those if you want the extra room or not. But yeah, so it's kind of weird. Oh, this sits right above the radiator too, so it does get pretty hot in here. So I would advise not putting your phone or anything sensitive in here, because it does get pretty warm right there. So oh yeah, the third light, you get a third light on top there, which operates on the brights. The brights will operate all three lights. The dim just does the two bottom ones, which is pretty cool actually. I've hardly ever do any night riding. I've only done it a few times back when I was a kid, when my dad and I used to ride and go camping. But other than that, it doesn't really affect me at all. It doesn't really affect anything about the machine or handling or anything like that. Oh, going back to things I do like about it, I like these floorboard things. That's actually really pretty damn cool. Really gives you stability when you're riding, when you stand up and stuff. Yeah, so that's comforting. That's pretty cool. So other than that, that's pretty much my little cheesy little review. I'm not really well at speaking into cameras. I tend to rattle on and on and on and stutter and stuff, so I'm doing the best I can. So if you've gone through watching this whole thing, I appreciate it. Thank you. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe if you do. I'm pretty new at this. This is the first time I've ever been on YouTube doing this stuff. This is my second attempt video I've ever done this, so just kind of bear with me. Things will get better. I'm learning the tricks and stuff of special effects on the videos and stuff. So I'm gonna try to do some riding tomorrow. It depends on the weather, how hot it is. It's supposed to be 102 tomorrow. I'm probably gonna go out early in the morning. It doesn't really start getting hot till around 2 or 3 in the afternoon here. It's just been too damn hot, and I haven't really had a chance to get out and ride again since I had that flat tire that I pointed out on Facebook that one day. So oh yeah, I'll show you where I plugged it too. I put a plug into it right here. That's where I got it, right there. I don't know what it hit. It was rock or something. I don't know. So, oh, you get a trailer hitch too. You get a receiver. You can put a ball right here for a trailer or wagon or whatever. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so all in all, this is a great ATV. I love it. I love this thing. It rides so well. It's got more power than speed. It doesn't really... They say the top speed on these is about 50 miles an hour, 48 or something like that, but I haven't really had a chance to really see how fast it'll go. I'm not really in the need for speed anymore as I was when I was a kid, even 20 years ago when I had the 300EX. I just like trail riding. That's my favorite thing to do, go out and explore. But you can still play with it, you know, you can still race around, horseplay, jump, stuff like that on it. It's pretty light. But anyway, I'm going to end this video. I'm kind of rambling on. I know I don't want to bore any of you, so just hit that like and subscribe. And as I always say, happy trails, ride safe, and ride red. Catch you on the next one.